Hello and welcome. We're live from New Delhi. You're watching DD India, India's voice to the world. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. This is Express News. Let's start with the top story. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacted with Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates in New Delhi. PM Modi and Bill Gates discussed a range of issues from artificial intelligence and digital public infrastructure to climate change. They also discussed the health, agriculture and education sectors in India. Gates gifted books on nutrition to Prime Minister Modi. The Prime Minister gifted Gates a Vocal for Local gift hamper. Prime Minister Modi and Gates discussed tech misuse and deepfake. He said that there should be a clear watermark on AI-generated content. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi penned a tribute to the President of Ramakrishna Mission, Swami Smarnanand, who died on Tuesday at the age of 95 due to old age ailments. Prime Minister Modi interacted with BJP workers in Tamil Nadu via Namo app on Friday. The interaction aimed to boost the morale of the BJP workers ahead of the general election. Another joint coordination meeting of the Bharatiya Janata Party and Janata Dal secular leaders was held in Bengaluru in a bid to ensure proper understanding between leaders and workers of both the parties. This is the second joint meeting between the two coalition partners after the alliance was formed. As part of an alliance seat sharing formula, the JDS will fight on 3 seats and the BJP on 25. BJP candidate from Mandi Lok Sabha constituency in India's Himachal Pradesh, Kangana Ranaut, held a roadshow on Friday in Mandi. She is contesting her first electoral battle. Indian National Congress Party leader Ajay Makan, while addressing a press conference, accused the BJP of violating tax laws. Jailed Chief Minister of Delhi Arvind Kejriwal's wife Sunita on Friday launched AAP's new campaign Kejriwal Ko Aashirwad Do Abhiyan and urged people to extend support to her husband. In a tragic incident, a Jammu-based driver among 10 persons lost their lives after their cab plunged into a 300-meter deep gorge in Ramban district along Jammu-Srinagar National Highway on Friday. Amid strict security arrangements, the Archaeological Survey of India team was in Madhya Pradesh Dhar on 8th day on Friday. Excavation is being done all around to find the foundation of the structure in Bhojshala. The case will be heard in Indore High Court on 29th April. Researchers from the Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati, with the University of Animal and Fishery Sciences, Kolkata, have formulated 3 ingenious treatment solutions for a certain type of knee injury that has historically proven difficult to treat. These new developments signal a significant advancement in treating knee injuries, providing a solution that is custom-made for each patient and could also potentially prevent future complications such as osteoarthritis. Jailed Indian politician Mukhtar Ansari, a 5-time MLA from Uttar Pradesh Mau district, passed away from a cardiac arrest on Thursday evening. An investigation has been initiated to determine the circumstances of his demise. India's Border Security Force recovered a drone from a farming field near Daupke village in Amritsar district on Thursday. The drone was intercepted by the vigilant BSF troops. The second edition of India-Mozambique-Tanzania trilateral exercise concluded at Nacala, Mozambique on Friday. The week-long exercise underscores the importance of enhanced maritime cooperation and interoperability. A fire broke out at a dump yard of seized vehicles belonging to the police department in the Nampally area of India's Hyderabad. No casualties were reported. Former cryptocurrency billionaire Sam Bankman-Fried was sentenced to 25 years in jail for his role in one of the biggest financial frauds in US history. Founder of the now bankrupt crypto exchange called FTX was convicted in November 2023 of stealing $8 billion from FTX customers. Elon Musk artificial intelligence startup XAI will launch an enhanced version of its chatbot Grok. It will be called Grok 1.5 and will be made available on social media platform X. The race for votes heats up to elect Walt Disney's board between CEO Bob Iger and the company's directors, while others backing hedge fund manager Nelson Peltz Trine Fund Management. Shareholders will vote on April 3rd on who will end up sitting on the company's 12-member board. Now, cocoa prices have reached record highs as drop in the global supply leaves chocolatiers scrambling to secure the essential raw ingredient. Many eminent chocolate brands are looking to cut costs as heavy rainfall and crop diseases drive cocoa prices to record highs. Britain's economy showed resilience in the first few months of 2024, despite data confirming a recession last year. Gross domestic product shrank 0.3% in the fourth quarter. China's stocks rose on Friday as strength in banking shares offset declines in property stocks. The Hong Kong market is closed for a public holiday. The Russian ruble strengthened slightly against the US dollar on Friday. Russian stock indexes were mixed. The dollar-denominated RTX index rose 0.14% to 1,129.80. India's Minister of External Affairs, Dr. S. Jaishankar, held talks with his Ukrainian counterpart Dmytro Kuleba in New Delhi on Friday. The discussions focused on the ongoing conflict and its wider ramifications. FM Kuleba and EAM Jaishankar also exchanged views on various initiatives in that context, as well as on global and regional issues of interest to both the sides. Dr. Jaishankar reiterated India's commitment to strengthen the overall relationship, including bilateral cooperation. Russia on Thursday claimed to have destroyed Ukrainian tanks, including one US-made tank, as well as equipment and facilities. Ukraine also claims missile and drone attacks hit thermal and hydropower plants in its central and western regions. It added that it had repelled multiple Russian offensives and launched strikes on Russian facilities. Polish and Allied aircraft were activated on Friday after Russia launched missile strikes on Ukraine. The strikes were witnessed in Dnipro and Ivano-Frankivsk, both of which fall in the southeastern part of Ukraine bordering Poland. The Polish military said that it did not shoot down the plane because doing so would pose a risk to local civilians. Russian investigators have claimed that gunmen who killed more than 140 people at a concert last week had ties to Ukrainian nationalists. US has dismissed allegations as baseless propaganda. In a statement, Russia's investigative committee said the attackers had received significant amounts of cash and cryptocurrency from Ukraine. In a bid to stem the flow of technology to Russia for weapons, US companies are being asked to stop shipping goods to 600 foreign parties over fears that the items could be diverted to Russia for use in Ukraine. Russia has vetoed the renewal of a United Nations panel of experts monitoring North Korea's compliance with international sanctions. Russia's move follows accusations from the United States, South Korea and others that Pyongyang is supplying Moscow with weapons to use in its conflict in Ukraine. The US government has approved $60 million emergency fund to the state of Maryland to rebuild the collapsed Baltimore Bridge. The funding will also be utilized in removing of the heavy debris shattered in the water to reopen Baltimore's shipping channels. Probe is underway in Baltimore Bridge collapse incident. Officials from National Transport Safety Board boarded the cargo ship to inspect the damage. The International Court of Justice unanimously ordered Israel to provide immediate, unhindered delivery of aid to Gaza. Israel has reacted to the allegation that it is blocking aid and called them wholly unfounded. Meanwhile, the Israeli Defense Forces continued strikes on Hamas targets in Gaza on Friday. The IDF described the targets as Hamas infrastructure and a tunnel shaft, stating that the group is using civilians, including apartment blocks and hospitals, for cover. US President Joe Biden's campaign has so far raised more money than that of Donald Trump. The Biden team pulled out all the stops, having planned a major fundraising event in New York City. South Africa's former President Jacob Zuma has been barred from contesting upcoming general elections scheduled for May. The country's Electoral Commission has not given a reason. In Haiti, more than 1,500 people have been killed so far this year as gang violence continues. The country has extended a state of emergency while trying to deal with the civil unrest and set up a new government. Foreign departures from Haiti have picked up recently as the country's political future hangs in limbo. Canada sent a helicopter to its embassy in Port-au-Prince on Thursday to evacuate Canadians who want to leave. Canada is initially facilitating travel to the Dominican Republic, which shares the island of Hispaniola with Haiti, for vulnerable Canadians such as those who need medical attention or those with children. Saudi Arabia was elected to chair the United Nations Women's Body, the Commission on the Status of Women, with no objections. The United States on Thursday said it would push the UN Security Council to take action to get aid in conflict-ridden Sudan. Ambassador to the UN Linda Thomas-Greenfield said the aid operations were undermined by both parties involved and called for cessation of hostilities by the Security Council were ignored. More than 100 kidnapped Nigerian students were welcomed back home by the local community in the northwestern state of Kaduna on Thursday, after being freed by the army. Uganda's president has appointed his son Muhoozi Kainerugaba to be head of the military. He replaced General Wilson Mbusa Mambadi, who was appointed a junior minister of trade. A bus crash in South Africa's northern province of Limpopo killed 45 people and left one seriously injured. The ministry alleged that the driver lost control and collided with barriers on the bridge, causing the bus to topple over and hit the ground, where it then caught fire. Heavy rain lashes Tamil Nadu's Thoothukudi. As per India Met Department Regional Centre Chennai, rainfall occurred at one or two places over Tamil Nadu on Thursday. India Met Department has issued an orange alert for heavy rain and snowfall in Jammu and Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh. The Weather Department has issued a yellow alert for heat wave conditions at isolated places of north interior Karnataka and in Vidarbha. A summer storm with strong gusts of wind and hail occurred, wreaking havoc in 3 sub-districts of Byung-Kan province in northern Thailand. Video clips showed the hailstones were large, some as big as child's fist or a tennis ball. Drifting sand and dust blanketed northeast China's Heilongjiang and Liaoning provinces, greatly hampering visibility. The sandstorms impacted several cities, including Heilongjiang's capital city, Harbin. A tropical cyclone that swept across the island of Madagascar this week killed at least 18 people and displaced thousands more, according to the country's disaster management office. Tropical cyclone Gamin, which crossed the northeast of Madagascar, displaced more than 18,000 people, with 3 others still missing, the National Bureau of Risk and Disaster Management said. Courageous Berliners braved chilly temperatures and took the season's first dip in Lake Wannsee on Good Friday as Europe's largest inland water Lido opened its doors for the first time. After several years of Ramadan falling in the midst of the scorching Saudi summer, residents of Riyadh say they are enjoying the cooler atmosphere of this year's holy month. Sevilla's Catholic worshippers were devastated early on Friday after the city's most iconic Easter processions was cancelled due to bad weather. The Christian devotees across India took out processions and offered prayers in churches as they observed Good Friday. Catholic devotees in the northern Philippines province of Pampanga were nailed to wooden crosses on Good Friday in a reenactment of Jesus Christ's crucifixion. Thousands of Guatemalans participated in this year's Holy Week celebrations. The week-long festival stretches over 6 weeks, culminating at Easter. Pope visits female prison for Easter period. Foot washing traditional ritual on the first of 4 events killed filth days leading to Easter. South Africa's conservation group Sandcorp has been incubating over 200 endangered African penguin eggs rescued. Rather than buying chocolate, people are invited to adopt an egg to support the cost of incubation. Dogs are able to understand that some words refer to objects in a way that is similar to humans. A new study has shown, offering a fresh insight into the way the minds of man's best friends work. Two adorable giant pandas at an animal reserve, Doordarshan, were seen playfully splashing one another in a small pool of water, cooling off as the weather begins to heat up. A large military parade has taken place in Myanmar, but the usual heavy weapons and tanks were notable for their absence. More than 7,700 troops marched on Wednesday in the capital, Naypyidaw, to mark Armed Forces Day. Cherry blossoms started blooming in Tokyo on Friday, 5 days later than they usually do. The Met agency announced the start of the cherry blossom season. Xiaomi officially launched its highly anticipated SU7 electric vehicle, marking the tech giant's entry to the world's largest EV market. The company aims to create an ecosystem that connects its smartphone, home appliances and the car. National Award-winning actor Allu Arjun unveils his wax statue at Madame Tussauds in Dubai. The actor, who celebrates his birthday on April 8, attended the event in Dubai along with his family. Actor Ayushmann Khurrana inaugurates a food truck in Zirakpur, Chandigarh, dedicated to the transgender community. Makers of the upcoming film Family Star, starring Vijay Deverakonda and Mrunal Thakur in lead roles, unveiled its trailer. Vijay and other crew members shared the trailer of this romantic comedy on their social media. Dhwani Bhanushali's latest song, Thank You God, in collaboration with David Arkwright, Nathaniel Alwani, Miranda Glory and Shloklal, has been unveiled. After the success and critical acclaim for 12th Fail, actor Vikrant Massey is all set to come with his next The Sabarmati Report. The makers unveiled the film's teaser on Thursday. Oppenheimer finally premieres in Japan. The film's release in Japan more than 8 months after it opened in the US had been watched with trepidation because of the sensitivity of the subject matter. British-American filmmaker Christopher Nolan, fresh from his Oscar victory for historical drama Oppenheimer, will receive a knighthood from Britain for services to film. Boxing icon Mike Tyson has a question for his critics. Are you worried or jealous? Tyson will face YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul in a fight that will be streamed by Netflix on July 20th at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Football fan Bill Nye and up-and-coming Jamaican-British actor Michael Waugh take on the lead roles in the real-life inspired sports drama The Beautiful Game. Valentino has hired former Gucci designer Alessandro Michele as creative director after the announcement of Pierpaolo Piccioli's departure last week. Royal Challengers Bengaluru are set to host Kolkata Knight Riders. Short while from now, it promises to be an electrifying clash. England opener Zach Crawley calls for refinement to baseball. Following the 4-1 series defeat in India, England will play Test series against West Indies in July. India's Rohan Bopanna and his Australian teammate Matthew Ebden have stormed into the men's doubles finals of the Miami Open. Fourth seed Elena Rybakina beat Belarusian Victoria Azarenka 6-4, 0-6, 7-6 to secure a return trip to the Miami Open final. Unseeded American Daniel Collins surprised Russian Ekaterina Alexandrova in straight sets to advance to the Miami Open finals. Grigor Dimitrov upset top seed Carlos Alcaraz in the Miami Open quarterfinals to set up semi-finals clash with Alexander Zverev. Newcastle United midfielder Sandro Tonali has been charged by England's Football Association over alleged betting breaches. Paris Saint-Germain beat Sweden's BK Häcken 5-1 on aggregate to reach the last four of the Women's Champions League. Barcelona take on Chelsea in the semi-finals of the Women's Champions League after they defeated Brann 5-2 on aggregate. Czech snowboarder Jakob Rons performed a world first triple flip off a rail to add his name to the annals of snowboarding history. Alright, that's all we have in this edition of Express News. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.
Is Indian judiciary really being undermined? Is there a threat to the judicial process?
Such attempts are being made to scandalize the institution, to tarnish the image of our judges through social media and the print media.
We should ignore such tactics, underhanded tactics. At its own peril, they come with the consequences.